Hello, Mr. Fry's Algebra 2 on March 2nd. I'm looking at the discriminant worksheet. And the discriminant, what does this mean? Let's look at a definition here real quick. Discriminants, it's the expression, this is coming out of your quadratic formula, that b squared minus 4ac, used when solving quadratic equations. It can discriminate between the possible types of answer. When it is positive, we get two real solutions. When it is zero, we get just one solution. Both answers are the same. Both of the, x-intercepts are the same. It's just going to, hit it once. And when it is a negative, we get a pair of complex solutions. So that negative and complex, what the heck are they talking about? So we go down here on quadratic and move down here a little bit. You could look this up too if you want. This is math is fun because it is fun, When the discriminant, complex solutions, what are they? When the discriminant is negative, we get a pair of complex solutions. And what does that mean? It means that our answer will include these imaginary numbers. Okay, so it's going to be, the square root of a negative number, and we have to signify that with that little I there because we really can't square root real numbers that are, negative. So we have these things called imaginary numbers, and I'm sure Mr. Fry will get into those in detail further on. So let's just further get into the few that you have to do. I'm doing the odd ones. If you were in class, we did the first one together. We just have to get this over into quadratic form so that we could use this discriminant formula. So I'm going to be using just this part of the just that part of the quadratic formula. So remember, when I got to get a 0 over here, so I got to get rid of this -6, so I added 6 to both sides. And so I have 6 plus 3 now, and I have 9. So everything else stays the same. Remember that the parts of the quadratic, this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C, okay? With the sign in front of it, okay? I'm not circling the sign because it's positive. I mean, you could, but I don't put positive here, so I'm not going to circle it. So I take the b and I square it. So -3 squared minus 4, just follow this formula. And then times a times c. Times the a is -4 times the c, which is 9, right? Okay, and you get all this, it equals 153. So that tells you that's going to be two solutions. Those are going to be real numbers, two real solutions. So that's all this is doing, letting you know how many solutions you're going to have. So that's what this is used for. I have to subtract 9 from both sides in order to get a 0 over here, so I have it in a quadratic form, and I'm going to use this from the quadratic formula again, and I am going to just plug in those numbers. Remember, here is my A, my B, and my C. So I take a positive 4 squared minus 4 times -7 times -9, my A and my C. I get negative 236, so we're going to have 0 solutions that are real numbers, but we're going to have a pair of complex solutions. We're going to have imaginary numbers in there, so however you want to word that. And then for number 5, same thing, using that part of the quadratic. Changing this to quadratic form, I subtract 10 from both sides, and I don't have a c back here, so I have a 0 for my c. When I work this all out, my b squared minus 4 times a times c, I get 36. So you're going to have two real solutions, two real number solutions for number 5. So try 2, 4, and 6 on your own, and to set you up, just to set you up, this one's going to start out like this. This one is going to start out like this. +6. And this one is going to start out like this. +10. And just so you know, here's your A, here's your B, here's your C. Okay, the whole thing. Make sure you got the negative in there, okay? Here's your A, here's your B, here's your C. Get that negative in there. And here's your A, here's your B, positive for once, and C. Okay? And then just use that. B squared minus 4 times A times C. And you can figure those out pretty easily. Good luck.